I'm not here to inspire you. I'm not here to inform you how to lead your coming life. No, I have not the slightest idea. So, sorry, fellas, you're on your own. I'm here, rather, to remind you a little of something that I do know. Something that has made me sleep better when I thought of this day approaching and what comes after it. What I do know is whatever is coming won't be unfamiliar. It is here at AUC that we register for classes the official way and use some innate red abilities to get a department to somewhat forcingly enroll us into others. Here we got into a few student clubs because of our impressive competence and got into more because we're friends with the high board. Here we got a glimpse of what is functional and what is not. Here we learned how to get in and how to get by. Here we acquired the skills to know how to sell ourselves sometimes. And here we found out the hard way how not only healthy but crucial it is to ask for help. Here there are advocates of virtually everything, and here were others opposing the stance of advocacy every time. Here is an embodiment of every ideology and belief system that there is in the world. Here's a talk by an Islamic scholar on Thursday's assembly and a Haifa Wahhabi concert on Friday night. Here are the two crowds of both events walking in the same plaza. And here is someone staying at the library on Thursday night, finishing their assignment, because yes, they're attending both events. Here I sat at one table talking theology with a little girl who experienced supernatural miracles. Another person too orthodox about God. Another person who steered trouble with him. And another one not believing there's a God at all. On this campus, I sat in a circle of heated Arabs and Zionists discussing their trips to what one group calls Israel and the other Palestine in a garden. Here I prayed with an agnostic, and I slept in the same bed of a suicidal girl. Here I had a roommate who was already a wife and a mother and left it all suspended for her degree. And here I had another roommate, an African American, who would so peacefully joke about that one time when bananas were thrown at her people back in her hometown. This place embraces everyone. It is as well very classist. There are corners reserved for the cooler people, like a high school cafeteria, lunch table, and a chick flick. This place has as much social disparities as Cairo or Delhi do. This place is politicized, like any other spot on our planet. And like any other planet yet to be cultivated will be politicized. So yes, we have camps in constant disputes with one another. There's a system, there's diplomacy, there's a constitution that barely anyone reads. There are distractions put forth by election candidates. There are empty promises. There's the filthy and the honorable. Here I met great men, and I met bad boys too. Here we've eventually realized that our professors teach us more by who they are instead of what they are. Here we've met walking inspirations so amazingly noble at the way they carry themselves and shepherd us in the process. Here also, and I bet you can each think of a name as I say this one, we met impressively qualified teachers who are way less remarkable on the personal level. At the end of the day, none were gods to be always right, and none are demons to deserve hate. Some were tougher on us than others were, though. Some, and thank you for that, always accounted for a margin of human error whenever we fell short of perfect delivery. Here, and dear parents, don't freak out as you hear this one, we revised everything we know. Some ideas got more consolidated, some are still in revision. We swung across classes and majors, and it is very probable that we continue to swing across new choices of ours too. I assure you, however, the changes never hindered our lives, but instead keep them going, with us searching on always. Here we lived some beautiful evenings, and here is where we came to terms with our broken selves. All of us, students and older men and women of greater status than us. Here we met love, a love that we developed for another human, a place, a time, or an idea, all of which make living worthwhile. It confuses me how everyone who stands at this podium tells us that a new chapter of our lives is unfolding, as if our lives were put on hold and are only now beginning. But I was rather thinking how, if we're honest enough with ourselves and attentive enough to our time here, maybe we see that we have been living in what some people would call a bubble, but which has been, in fact, a pretty wide bubble. Here we met the ball of contradictions that is life. And this, out of everything, is the one thing I am truly grateful to AUC for. I know the plaza we'll be walking from here is definitely more grand. I know it will get more intense and more fierce. But it's only sensible and logical of it to play with the same rules. People everywhere are people, and systems on all scales operate on a similar basis. So we each got, or are getting, a better idea of what works for us. And I guess from here we make it the same way. We made it through these past years. All I can tell you and myself is that life is not the guest knocking your door for a first time now, but the spouse that has been sharing your bed those past 4 or 5 years, with every stab and every kiss. So class of 2018, wherever you decide to go from here, I think I have some relieving news for you. Because of this place, life is not a stranger. Not anymore. Thank you.